Hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm Chanté. I am a life and executive coach. And most of all, I just want to help you to show up as your most authentic self, especially if you're in a season of navigating something challenging. So I remember how difficult it was to show up in my challenging season. It was sometimes hard to get out of bed, hard to want to push through, hard to keep on going when you feel like you were being beaten down by life. Have you ever been there? And I know when you're in that challenge, when you're in that season, when you are overwhelmed, burnt out, frustrated, disappointed, trying to figure out why in the world is this happening to me? You don't feel like showing up. You don't want to show up for other people, and you definitely don't feel like showing up for yourself. Am I the only one who's been there? And I think in those moments, as I have reflected in prayer, that's the time I needed to show up. That's the time I needed to push through. That's the time I needed to keep going. But if you're like me and you have gone through a season of transition, a season of change that you did not ask for, if you are struggling, if you are disappointed, if you are figuring out what the heck happened to the life that I know, trust me, I have been there. I've been there. I say this to you, even when you don't feel like showing up, here is why you need to. I'm going to give you 3 reasons why, even if you're not feeling like it, even if it doesn't make sense, that you need to show up anyway. So tune in and let's get through this. So the number 1 reason that you need to show up is that the only way to is through. And why this is not some philosophical breakthrough. Everyone knows that you want to get to the other end, that you want to keep moving forward, that you want to keep pushing through. And that's the only way you're going to get to that final destination. I know right now you may feel like you don't want to get out of bed. Maybe you don't feel like showing up. You don't feel like answering another email or phone call. And it's taking all that you have just to do the simple, mundane things of life. How dare I ask you to keep going, to keep pushing, to keep moving? And I do it because the only way you're going to get to where you feel led to where you want to go, is truly by just making it through it. And you're going to look back on this season, this moment, where you decided that you are going to take one step at a time. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be fancy. And it doesn't matter what people think or what they say about where you are or how you're taking time to process. Sometimes you may need to pause. You may need to stop. You may need to cry. You may need to ask for help. You may need someone else there. And that is okay. Have the moment and then realize that to make it to where you feel like God is calling you, where there's more, where there's greater, where there is a promise that is bigger and oftentimes nothing like what you see right now, you're gonna have to keep pushing through it. I wish I had more people telling me this, but really when I look back, people were telling me this. It was me. I had to tell myself this. I had to start saying that I need to take one day at a time, one step at a time. Take a deep breath, cry, whatever it is you have to do, but keep moving forward. And as you are thinking about the season, thinking about the frustration, thinking about the thing that is keeping you from where you want to be, put that to the side just for a moment and dream with me. Think about your final destination, right? What is the thing you're trying to accomplish? What is it that you're trying to overcome? Think past the hurdle. Think past the challenge. Think past the frustration. What is it? Now focus on that. When it doesn't make sense, when you feel alone, when there's nobody there to comfort you, when you feel like those you really wanted to be there should have helped you and they didn't. When you're alone and questioning God on why he would allow this to happen in your life, just pause and think about your end destination. Think about that promise. Allow that to drive you forward. Allow that to wake you up in the morning. Even if you have to set your alarm with whatever that thing is in mind, keep moving through it. And I only say this out of true experience. I can't tell you how many moments I was this close to giving up, this close to throwing in the towel, wanting to just be done with this whole process, not wanting to fight for the promises of God, because life, it was more than life, and it was tearing me apart. It was beating me down. It was frustrating. But I'm so happy I didn't. And I know, even if you want to give up, you have to keep going. You have to take one step at a time. Don't overcomplicate it. Sometimes we're spending so much time thinking of what this lavish plan is to get to that destination, but instead literally focus in that moment. Focus on that day. Sometimes you have to focus on the minute to minute. Allow your feet to move. And ask the Holy Spirit to help you, because in our humanness, we're so limited. It's sometimes really hard to push past any traumatic situation that we're facing, any challenge, any disappointment, any loss, whatever it is, it's hard to push past it. But you can do it. You will do it. And you don't have to do it by yourself. So this is when you call on God, you ask him to help you to move through the situation. Because honestly, where you are right now in this point and where you're trying to go, there's no way you're going to get from here to there without some movement, without going through it. And as difficult as it is, there's more that this phase, this season of your life is teaching you. It'll allow you to get back everything you lost. So many lessons I've learned from that season. And had I stopped, had I not pushed through, had I not even been able to move past a barrier, I wouldn't be able to share the testimony with you that I got up. This video is a testament of that, right? Do I enjoy making videos or recording myself, looking at myself in the camera? No. But I do enjoy sharing with you that you can make it too, that you are not alone, that you don't have to give up, because I have been there. When I tell you I've been there, did I want to be there? No, but I have been there. The second reason that you have to show up even when you don't feel like it is that someone else needs to hear your story. Whether it is a colleague, a friend, maybe a church member, a family member, maybe people you don't even know, somebody you meet at the airport. There is power in your story. There is power in the mishaps, the disappointments, the frustrations. There is so much power, because the same thing that you're going through right now, the same thing that you wish would not have happened, God is able to use to help someone else. And you navigating this, you making it past where you are, it will bring so much light and joy. Just imagine if you have wanted to start something new or different. You typically would have reached out to maybe someone who's already doing it, right? And that will be you. You'll be able to provide insight. You'll be able to provide strategy. You'll be able to walk with someone in a personal way through whatever that storm that they're going through, because you actually were able to successfully move through it. And your story, it may not be pretty, it may not be glamorized, it may not be what everybody's looking at on social media. In the future, it may be your success. It will be how you were able to thrive, how you were able to push past it, how you were able to make it through, how you're now affirming other people, how you're speaking life into people in the same situation, the same challenge, the same disappointments that you were facing yourself. And I can't tell you how many times people that I've never even met, whether they wrote a book or had a video on social media, maybe there is some part of their testimony that they were sharing, and they may never meet me. They may never know that is because of something they said, something they wrote, some endeavor, some business that they started and impacted me because they were willing to share their story. And I'm hoping that in this journey to healing, in this journey where I have not yet arrived on some of the things that I'm praying about, some of the things I'm asking God for in my life, I've not gotten to all of them. But I'm hoping that just through this process of sharing with you, that it will inspire you. That you may be the someone who needed to hear my story. You may be the someone who needed to know you weren't alone in this, that you weren't the only one going through a trial. And that you have a voice, that what you say, what you do in this season, how you pivot and change your mind about letting it overwhelm and consume you. And it doesn't mean you won't have moments of not seeing it, not believing it, not trusting that it'll work. But those are the times when you realize, looking back, that your grit, your determination to move past this season has blessed someone, has encouraged someone, has helped someone. They need to hear you. Your voice is important. And I don't know what it is that maybe you've gone through in your life, that maybe people have quieted your voice. Perhaps it was a betrayal, someone lying to you, someone saying things that were not true. Perhaps it was just life beating you down. Every time you tried to get back up, something else would happen. Every time you thought you were making some progress, you would have a setback and your voice got quieter. Maybe it was people in your life who were close to you that you trusted, or even people in your family when you were younger who didn't value you, who didn't say that you were worthy or you were important. But you are. You are valuable, you're important, you're worthy. And it doesn't matter what your situation looks like. If God has called you to something, He will help you get through it. He has predestined you for this. And someone needs to hear your voice. So don't give up. You're so close to getting the breakthrough. You're so close to making that change in your life. You're so close to accomplishing the dream. And I want to remind you that challenges are a part of it. A lot of times, especially with social media, we see the highlight reel of people's lives. We see the accomplishments. You see their next steps. We see what they're creating. We see their business flourishing. But we don't always hear about the challenges. But they have challenges too, even in success. As you gain more responsibility, as you move forward, there will be challenges. Not to mention, we have a true enemy. We have an enemy who shows up, who is not happy about your progress, who wants to stifle you, who wants to keep you back. And not only were you created to move forward, but there are people connected to you. There are specific people connected to you who need you to show up. Maybe your family needs you to show up. there are people you will never know who need you to show up. Number 3 is the enemy is using it as self-sabotage. Self-sabotage, right? That term comes up so much now. And often we are accepting the seeds that are planted in our minds that say we're not good enough, that say no matter what we do, things won't change, that say we've tried everything. And those are the moments of surrender. Those are the moments of letting go of you trying everything, right? And it's hard because I will have put energy and effort and time and strategize, because that's what I do for a living. I'm a strategist in all the areas. I'm helping people to create strategy. I'm coming up with solutions. And often in my own life, I will have a plan and I think it's going to work and I'm so confident in it. And I start to put things together and I realize that God lets me do it. Okay. He lets me start to fumble around and think I have it all together, this plan of mine, only to realize that really what he wanted me to do is to let it go, to surrender my plan and to trust him, and not to allow those little seeds of doubt, those seeds of fear, those little frustrations get me to the point of almost getting there and then backing away and then stopping and then just giving up. Even while the enemy is trying to keep you from where you're trying to go. And he's planting these seeds of doubt, these seeds of frustration. And you keep getting so close to it and finding that you're back in the same cycle where it doesn't work out. And then you get close to it again and it doesn't work out again. And you're like, what is up with this? Why is this happening, right? You have to start asking yourself, are there specific things that you are doing? Which is not always the case, but sometimes there's cycles that we're reliving because there's areas of pain, there's areas of healing that we haven't quite gotten to. And those seeds of doubt, frustration, disappointment can really take up a lot of space. So it's going to be important on this journey of healing, on this journey of showing up, really doing some soul work, really going deep and figuring out what stories you have been rehearsing, what setbacks, which people are you still being influenced by. It may not even be a part of your story anymore, but they have made a significant impact. Are those areas you need to forgive? Are those areas you need to get help through therapy? Are those areas you need to pray through spiritually? What is it that you have to do to kind of release some of those frustrations and disappointments? What are you filling your mind with, right? Is it the word of God? Are you reciting, affirming scriptures? Are you around people who lift you up? Are you listening and watching things that actually move you closer to where you're wanting to go? Or are you just replaying things that keep you where you are, right? Are you listening to things that affirm where you are? So we have to start changing those dynamics. We have to start looking deeper in ourselves and figuring out what can we be doing in this season and how we can start showing up. I'm so happy that you joined me today for this video, and if it blesses you, please share with others, like and subscribe, and I'll be back with more.